If you're memorizing chess openings to get better, you're probably stuck at the same rating, and that's for a good reason. I was doing the exact same thing. I used to sit there memorizing lines like 10 moves or sometimes even 15 moves thinking I was getting better, but then my opponent would play something slightly different and I was stuck. I wouldn't even know what to do anymore. So here's the problem with memorizing openings. It only works if your opponent plays exactly what you studied, but in the real games, it almost never happens, and especially if you're below 2000, because most players get off the area by move 3 and 4, and when that happens, you would have no idea how to counter that. When you're not prepared, you're bound to make mistakes and lose the games. Even if you get lucky and win a few, you're gonna lose a lot more. So you could really save a lot of time by not making the same mistakes that I did. Openings are not completely useless, but they need to be approached differently. And while playing the opening properly gives you an advantage, but you can't really benefit from it if you don't understand positions. Because the openings don't win games, understanding the position does. And the players that are stronger than you, they're not memorizing more. They understand the position better than you, and that's the difference. So instead of memorizing moves, learn to plan ahead, not the move itself. Instead of trying to see what is the next move, understand what your approach is. Are you attacking something? Are you trying to checkmate them? Are you trying to have a queenside attack? Just make sure you have a plan. You know what you're doing, you understand the position, then you can continue thinking about the next move. Because if your pieces are positioned to attack their king, and then you suddenly start to go from the queen side, you're most likely going to lose. Because, even your pieces, if they could speak, if they could talk to you, they would abandon you right there on the board. Because you confuse them. Yourself, obviously. So if you understand your plan, you don't need to remember every move. Just play naturally, move by move, based on the plan that you have to attack on which side, to defend on which side, and everything goes smoothly. You also need to understand your pawn structure, because the structure tells you where to attack, where to defend, because a lot of times the bishop is eyeing at something. So if your pawn structure is good, you know how to defend and attack. So make sure you don't ignore this. And you also need to try to review all of your games. Do not skip reviewing the games, especially the games where your opponents deviate from the opening. Try to understand where they deviated, because it's most likely they either made a mistake, inaccuracy, or a blunder. So whenever this happened, look at it again. See the tactics, see what you could have done. Let's say you memorize like 7 or 8 lines and your opponent plays something slightly different from move 4. You're going to have no idea how to play anymore. You're not going to know how to counter that. You simply haven't memorized their blunder. You've only memorized the best book move or whatever. So take a step back and try to understand positions and tactics. If this helps you out, don't forget to subscribe because, bread and butter. Yep.